like all the Chinese CT are paid, right? Like, so there's three groups in general. Ones that are paid and they're fighting for who is paid. Ones are like just making like very small snarky comments to get views and traffic. But genuinely, I think from an overall, it looks like Binance is winning just because I think they pay more people and they have like Binance is better than OKX at some point at this point, right? So I think this is why they seem like they're winning.
I just wanted to let you know, jail's not that bad. It's
All views expressed by the hosts and guests in this podcast are solely their opinions and do not reflect the opinions of their respective employers. Guests and hosts may maintain positions in the assets discussed in this podcast. This podcast is for informational purposes only, and nothing in the podcast is intended to be financial, legal, or even life advice.
What's up, bro? What have you been doing? Where are you traveling, by the way?
Wait, dude. Okay, like I'm gonna start by saying this. We should be more motivated because TBPN was acquired for $200 million, right? So which means we might be.
I'll get acquired by $200, bro.
Yeah. No, dude, but that's like one thing that I've been trying to think. Like how can we? Because like they win by location, right? Like everything is like in Silicon Valley or in New York, and you can come in person. But our industry is like so freaking annoyingly distributed. So yeah.
I mean, I think there's two parts, right? First, they are actually like, I don't know. I think they picked the right time. They picked the right tag on, and then I didn't want to talk about AI.
One thing that was very interesting, and I'm gonna start with this, right, for our audience, because I'm gonna like nerd out on businesses. I think if you followed us both for quite some time, like we're like business maxi than like crypto maxi per se. Like we like to nerd out about stuff like this. You saw that dude, like most of their views on Spotify and on YouTube is actually shit. It's like less than 10K per like videos. It's like 4K, 5K, 4K, 5K. Their biggest views are clips on X. It's not even clips on Instagram. It's not even clips on TikTok, right? It's clips on X because all their, I guess, like echo chamber of like the tech bros are their friends, right? So when they share it on X, it becomes so much more viral than, let's say, on IG or TikTok. It's like no one cares, like when they, like your normal friend or like my normal friends is like not like tech nerd, right? Like when they see it on their like IG, they're like, it's kind of boring. Like it's not that interesting. But like all these, like SF startup founders want to be on like X. They're like, oh my God, like the founder of Uber is starting a new company. I need to watch this, right? Like they like that. So I'm like thinking, man, maybe there's actually like a similar angle that we're missing here. So yeah, like we need to think about this. Like if you're a clipper, then maybe you want to work with us on X, right? Like we can get our like fellow like crypto friends to say some crazy shit, and then we just post on X and we get 100K views on X. We should do something like that, right?
The thing is, the thing is like clip. I tried listening to them for the past 2 months. It's actually not good.
No,
like I started running, right? I started running daily, and I started listening to them daily. It's like, bro, who the fuck listens to this like all the fucking time, like every day?
They win from just simply the guests, you know what I mean? And I think like we are building in public, so we're being very open to all of the listeners here. But like, yeah, like for instance, like when the drift hack happened, I mean, it's a segue into our first topic, like if we could have covered that live, like right away, right, and got like somebody to like speak on it, maybe one of the clip would have gone viral. That's a full-time gig and like running a media company. That's why like we have a team, right, that's going to help us with that. But yeah, like that's I think that's the biggest lesson there. There's like they mostly win just because like all the new stuff they always cover, so they're faster than like CNBC. There's no CNBC for tech per se, right? So that's their whole angle, right? Because finance is very fast. When something new happens, you would see it on Bloomberg, you would see it on CNBC, but there's nothing on tech. So we should do that for crypto, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean we can try. Definitely.
But
no, definitely.
Wait.
We were doing that. Like remember when Bybit got hacked? We got like people to come on and chat and stuff. But yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I got lazy.
That was like a year ago. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Fuck, bro.
Okay. Well, talking about hack and timely news, Drift. Are you good there?
Yeah. Lucky me. I actually used to have some JLP delta neutral there, but I thought the market has dipped enough, so I didn't want to be delta neutral, like in case it rebounds. And then luckily, woohoo!
My God. But dude, that was rough. Yeah, I mean, I woke up to that and like, so fortunately, have to give ourselves. I'm the type of person that always admits luck plays a part in your life. So like part risk management that we implement and part luck, but we also didn't get hit. So I'm like, man, but like the past 6 months for crypto yield funds, it's like avoiding grenade, bro. It's like left and right. Like, so I'm like, it's ironic that you're better off with private deals. Because there's at least like legal recourse that just keep your money in like T-bills and that's it. You know, like all of these stuff. It's we'll just like quickly recap the news for our listeners. We're not aware of what's happening, but basically Drift, like they were the largest perpdex on Solana at the time. They got hacked for 250 million plus USD, like approximately 5 days ago. And ever since then, it has been found out that the actor that hacked them was actually North Korea. It's part of DPRK. And the way that
Kim Jong-un is a fat fuck.
yeah, we will get to that, but it was a very sophisticated method. So they released like a postmortem. We're not gonna cover line by line here. Like you can go to their Twitter, their official comms, read it. But dude, like they fake themselves as like an actual fund, and they go to conferences, they meet you, they launch a vault, they seed the vault with $1 million, they merge some repo and blah blah. So like all of this combined with somehow they were able to make them sign a transaction that they don't want to sign. So there's just a lot of sophisticated thing that goes into here. One thing that I was actually gonna get a couple of friends who are like really deep into this, but I'm wondering, I haven't checked this, but I've been hearing that part of the reasons might be because the mitigation tool that's available on Solana, you know, like Hypernative and a couple others of these like more DeFi on-chain monitoring system. If I'm not mistaken, it's not as mature yet. That's why you're still seeing like, yeah. So like, it's definitely, even if let's say it's like 60-70% there, it's not as good as ETH Mainnet. That's why you still see like the majority of large capital is just sitting, getting 2.6% on HOP. Like even though you don't, why are you only getting 2.6%, right?
To be very fair, in my opinion, Solana's tech has always been facilitating trading, but not yield farming more.
Yeah.
In that sense, speed and stuff. Like I mean, like Camino is doing fine, but like other than Camino and all those Solana LST, I don't think they have anything cool in DeFi there in general. Like it's always been like, how can you ape the fastest coin? What are the trading systems? So I think that's why everything was built or focused there, just because of the success in meme coin.
Dude, but yeah, like it's scary that like it's 2 out of 5 signature, and then obviously there was some debate like online. So like Caden Adams, founder of like Uniswap, was like, "Hey, this is not DeFi. Stop calling DeFi." And then like Anatoly was like, "Oh, what do you do different?" And like actually see if we can find the tweets right now if I can share. But like basically what he was saying is like in like uni, if you want to do like any of these like upgrades, dude, they need like 15 out of 18 keys basically. So like it's much harder to like hack them. You would have to hack like 15 entities. Yeah, but it is still kind of C DeFi, but it's just it's a much broader attack surface there. So
I'm never a decentralized maxi. I just think you need to be safe enough. That's it.
Yeah, I mean that's scary, man.
I feel like all these arguments. I feel like all these arguments after AI is more like sophisticated and data backed nowadays. Like everyone like fact check that stuff before attacking. Interesting was have you read the book by CZ yet?
No, but I saw the debate on the timeline. I'm like, man, the Chinese community is like going ham on this.
Yeah, just translating, you fucking white boy. But yeah, like so. Just to give a brief, CZ launched his book, which is like launched his book. It's called Freedom of Money, right? The book basically covers a lot of things. I haven't read it yet. I read some TLDR of it. I'm reading it over this weekend. But it covers like how his journey, etc. a few highlights, right? Like people think they didn't mention Hoi enough because I think they have a kid or something. Then there were a lot of mentions of like previous fights with like with Star, the OKX boss, etc. And then people just started.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't know. Like CZ probably won, but like I don't want to get in touch. I don't know all the details, so I'm not gonna jump in it. I actually really want to buy a physical copy. Wait, you can buy physical copies now?
Yeah. I mean, like, I just opened like Amazon and then.
No, because like when I was buying yesterday, they weren't physical copies. But yeah, like funny enough, like I actually like books that are physical copies, you know. But yeah, and then there were a lot of arguments, etc., etc.
About like the
there were a lot of arguments. There were a lot.
Bitcoin, right?
Yeah, all those stuff. I mean, like, to be honest, I think back in the days, or even now, most people who made it in crypto probably did something that was questionable at a point. Like, they probably take part in some ICO, they probably had some, like, I don't think anyone is, like, perfect. Especially back in the days. Like,
this is... Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like one of these topics, you know, like when you get that big, there's definitely something that like we won't say like you're like doing like criminals, but it's more like you like identify a gap in the markets that means like
you press your edge.
Regulatory arbitrage. Yeah, you just press your edge. It was like otherwise, yeah, you would make it, but you would not make it to that level. But yeah.
Yeah, I think, but yeah, that's just my view.
Wait. I need to be a good host here. Based on your read, so this is not your opinion, just based on your read. Whose side Chinese CT is like on mostly?
It's weird because like they both pay, like all the Chinese CT are paid, right? Like so, there's three groups in general. Ones that are paid and they're fighting for who is paid. Ones are like just making like very small snarky comments to get views and traffic. So but genuinely, I think from an overall, it looks like Binance is winning just because I think they pay more people and they have like Binance is better than OKX at some point at this point, right? So I think this is why they seem like they're winning.
And then like I saw that the last part was so funny. I think I just woke up to it when like CZ was like, "Hey, I'll bet you $1 billion that I've signed the divorce papers." And then I saw that like he replied, "Do you need an escrow?" Take the good old days, you know.
Imagine if escrowing like fucking 1B. Gee, let's fucking go,
I know,
man.
right? Crazy.
But Star replied saying that he can't gamble because he's a UAE citizen. Like Jesus.
Wait, he's a UAE citizen now. Wait,
UAE.
Like, isn't CZ also UAE?
I don't know, bro. I'm not even gonna argue, but like that's such a weak reply, to be honest.
Hey, that's Haram Brothers, you know. You can't. Did you see the WLFI? Crazy. It was so funny, bro. It's so funny.
Bro, it's like it was so obvious. It was like the typical DeFi trick that.
Let me find it too.
The fact that they were doing it, I'm like, yo, well, there must be something, right? It must be a fake out, right? I don't even know anymore.
Dude, like you have like great teams behind you. Don't use AI slop, or even when you use AI slop, at least like fix it so it's better. You know, this is so funny. Like I saw this, I was chatting with a couple of my DeFi friends, and just like, hey, like, what are your takes on this? And then they just sent me this.
Whoa, Timber, maybe
Daddy's part when he gets out. Oh my god! Yeah.
Just for context, like just for context for everyone, what happened? Do you want to scroll back up a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
So basically, Wildfire issued like, oh, rates are good, etc. as a marketing stunt. But what actually happened was that someone I don't know, did they track their address, borrowed a lot of money, pushing the utilization rate very high as well. So there's two things. Is that first thing is, do you trust Wildfire token as a collateral? Secondly, to earn this like 20% yield, or also look at the guy's reply, bro.
Wait. So just to give context again, like I think our audience is like mostly quite sophisticated, but yeah, I mean like in DeFi, like the borrow rate goes up if like if let's say there's only like 100 million inside the pool, right? And it's like it's getting close to like all of the money or almost borrowed, then the utilization goes up. So it means like somebody is willing to pay, even though the rate is like temporary, right? Like the 25% borrow interest is not annualized. It might only be for like 2 weeks, but like somebody's willing to pay that to get the money to either do something. Like all of the speculations are like, oh, it's gonna be like trading the oil markets before like the insider blah blah. But that's all like speculation, like allegedly, right? But so like WLFI just like 4 hours ago like tweeted yes that they supplied themselves, so we were one of the largest like suppliers. But you just read this, man, it is so AI. And here's what's actually happening, and why the real story sound more interesting. And all of the double hyphen, right? No, we're nowhere near liquidation, and frankly, that's how this works. wait. Now,
How big is the team actually?
I don't know. I'm sure I think it's probably like less than 30 people. But yeah, I mean, like so. So and then this guy, right? Unlocked 27 billion after Williams began filing lawsuits. So the white paper states belongs to the chairman of his family. So the family, his detail was back, blah blah, which confirmed. Yep. There you go. So yeah, it's interesting.
Good for her.
Yeah, I just want to quickly see. Oh, it's already going down. It's like I guess folks are kind of scared. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of money being deposited, but okay, they're not using all of it. Huh. Okay. Yes. Cool.
Like, I don't understand who would like it's just not worth it to take the risk of this, to be very honest with you.
Yeah.
For like 10% for a few days. Like come on, brother.
I know, right?
If it's 1,000 APR maybe. If it's 1,000 APR maybe.
Those are the good old days, but unfortunately that's not the case anymore.
You know what I realized is that what we always say might come back never comes back in crypto, other than Solana, basically. If you think about that, right? We thought GameFi is gonna come back, it never come back. NFT never came back, and like so, like DeFi crazy yield farming would never come back as well.
Yeah, I mean, like I think all of those are just only one cycle, right? Because it's like it's a game of the greater fool. You know what I mean? Like there will be the next
Yes.
game, but I don't think it will be like I don't think it would look the same. Yeah, man. I mean, like what else have you been seeing? I mean, like the price of Bitcoin goes up because like Iran says they only want to accept the oil tankers that pay in Chinese yuan or in Bitcoin.
Oh, but Bitcoin is quite strong lately. Actually, Bitcoin is quite strong lately. It's like 72 now, so it's good.
Yeah, because I think like we probably need to just like get on a macro person for this because it's always like never that clear. But like gold has been dumping too, right? Because that's the thing that like these countries can dump, and then yeah, like the whole market is kind of quite bad for. It's actually very bad for like Asia, the whole oil stuff. Like I don't know if you've been paying attention to that or if you were concerned like at all.
I'm not concerned. Like I'm not trading. Actually, I don't follow it very closely.
No.
Is that something you're
like, You're
educated?
like concerned for the country, right? Because like a lot of the countries that would get hit if the war continues are actually East Asian countries first, and then Southeast, and then Europe, right? So like Asia gets hit first. Yeah.
I don't know. As a guy that grew up and based in Hong Kong, I feel like war is something that would never happen. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah.
Cool. All right, man. Very educated. Let's get okay.
But no, I'm serious. Like I don't know. Is it like true? Like I hope it's gonna stay true. But like, yeah.
Yeah, like I think war is not gonna happen, but it's more like okay, like what happens if like oil goes up and stays there? But I think I don't know. Like
Hong Kong doesn't even have a military. Hong Kong doesn't have a military. We only have like 30K number of policemen that are probably weak as fuck and never shot someone like real.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. What was I gonna say? There was one more thing that I saw, but I forgot. Shoot. Yeah. What's new? What's new on the news? Let me open some channels. Have you been doing any trades? Have you been looking into like any opportunity, or you think it's kind of flat?
I've been shorting some things time to time. I'm looking things to short today as well. but mostly like the trash coins, like I mentioned, right? Finding trash coins that pump. And I've actually been doing like a lot of like sell put basically, but not today.
I see. Okay.
The yield is pretty good. Like Bybit is giving like yesterday or the day before, if you were to sell if you sell put with a strike of 65.5k, it was like 100% APR or 150.
Oh, okay. So you've been doing a lot of those
3 days.
then.
Yeah, I've been doing that 3 days, and every 3 days I just look at the price and see, do I want to do it basically.
You wanna explain the risk? I guess like the risk for the listeners is that like if you write that and then it goes against you, right? And you'll just have to like all the
Buy
premium
it.
that you have already.
Yeah. So like sell put is basically like the strike price is 65k. If it drops to let's say 60k, but that still means that I used the money to buy at 65k. And then what I earn is the premium, which is there's a yield like it was typically like 100 to 200%. And yeah, that's basically it. And my view is that first, I don't mind buying Bitcoin at 65k. Secondly, is that if it does dip to 65k, I feel like with like the volatility recently, we'll have like a bounce to let me exit the Bitcoin I bought if I really wanted to. And then it's no risk, no smart contract risk because it's centralized on Bybit, and then the yield is good enough that I rather do this for like with less capital and do like this 80% to 200 something percent APR than put more money for like fucking 5% APR kind of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like my next question, I was actually going to ask you, how much would you trust these like trading strategy backed stablecoin? Like there's quite a new one of them, right? Like Axis just launched with $10 million minted and so on. Like a lot of their strategies are typically, if not writing this statistical arbitrage, sex decks, and so on. Yeah. But the yield is like between 10 to 20%. So you're right, it's not as interesting.
So the truth is that I haven't looked into those deeply. It's something that I want to look into. In the end of the day, it's like risk and reward, right? Like all the strategies are the same thing. Like we can probably run the strategies ourselves in some sense. But like, would you want to just stick with Athena for 2-3% stress 3, proven to be okay in a centralized exchange, or do you want to be like, let's take the risk for 10%, right? But at the end of the day, we're just betting on the airdrop. So I think it's more on like, is the airdrop worth it instead of like, do we want to go for the 10%? To be very honest. Is there anyone that you like so far?
So I'm still chatting with most of them. I do think that the quality of the transparency has been going up, so like they've been like very good in terms of like, yeah, we are with Copper, we're with Fireblocks, we're with this and that, here's all the custody. Like, so it's much less scary from that front, but I do have to admit it's like some of them are still smoking opium, like, yeah, we would backfill your token at like 250 million, and bro, you're not going live at 250 million, man. So it's like, that's just like really like I think if more of them are like, we are gonna backfill you at 50 million, it would be much more interesting. One thing that I do find super interesting, I will try to get them on the pod. I don't want to publicly state their name yet because I don't know if they're fully out of stealth. Their website is public, their X is public, but just in case. But let me ask you on this. I've been seeing a couple ideas of like these yield products, like either vaults or stablecoin, that is much more connected to real world business and like exogenous. So like one is doing this e-commerce invoice financing. So like let's say like Amazon, right? So they work with, let's say, like one of the top 10% biggest sellers, right? And they typically have to wait, right, for like 30 to 60 to 90 days to get the money. So they upfront the money first, and then they take the credit risks. And in return for doing this, they're getting like 24% plus, basically. Like the average rate that I've been asking people is like anywhere from 2.5 to 5%. Like the sellers that have great businesses are willing to do this with 2.5 to 5%, not annually, but like on a monthly basis.
For the short period of time, yeah.
Yeah. So if you like annualize that can be like 30%. Right? There's a couple firm apparently that's been very good at curating this. So their job is to find merchants whose buyers are not going to default on them. So their like credit risk is like very low. So they're like curating merchants. Like, it's like, okay, like if you have a shoe factory in Hangzhou and you sell to like Nike, like they're not gonna default on you or something like that, right? Like so that's like I find this interesting because I do think this is
How big
more
is the capacity of
sustainable.
these?
Well, the one that I'm seeing is like there's like some smaller ones who are like we're still like only like 5 to like 15 million. But I know some people say that like there's one fund that claims they've been doing this for $3 billion. They've been extending credits 3 billion and their default rate is only like 0.1%, right? So it's actually very, very good. I do think it's partially legal problem. So like let's say if it's maybe in China or in the US where the law is much more stronger and like buyers typically don't default, that might be better, right? But let's say if people to do this in Southeast Asia, like I can tell you, as the lender, you have to know gangster. Otherwise, they would default on you, right?
This is the real smart contract, bro. What language do you speak? Ghetto, bro.
Yeah, because man, like if you're like in the US, right? Like if you're like a buyer, right, and then you use your credit cards names, like they can legally go after you. Your like credit score is gonna go to zero. Like now you cannot run your business anymore. You will be blackballed from like Amazon, blah blah. So there's more rules around it. This is gonna be like the tricky thing, but I'm excited to see more of this. I do think although it's boring, it's more of a real use case. Yeah.
I think there's a lot of like mid to big size ish, but not like multi-international companies that does these kind of devs, and then like a lot of like retail, like a lot of my friends are in commercial banking, that relationship manager basically does this kind of stuff, but either in like slightly longer or short term stuff. The hard part is like you have to trust this guy to vet it in that sense.
Yeah.
And then but like those are, in my opinion, makes sense if a company that we trust issues that and we just lend our stablecoin to it for them to scale their business. But to issue another stablecoin on top of this is like, brother, are you sure? This is like some like chicken legs already. Don't build your chest any bigger, bro. Like, don't fucking loop that shit up.
Yeah, like I think another stablecoin is probably not the best design for this. Like I think it should just be like a vault. Yeah, and then they can just take the money. Like I need to show like the Fluent voice layer native stablecoin, the USDR stablecoin. Like we're actually also looking into like what kind of ways, because that's also just backed by US T-bill, right? And so like we can like there's potentially a lot of like interesting strategy to do there. But I think you would see more of this with newer chains. If they have their own stables, they have their own like perp decks, like how are they going to be able to find these unique yield sources? And yeah, it's just going to be like a BD game.
Yeah, 100%. By the way, so actually, do you want to share a little bit more about Fluent? What's up recently?
I mean, they just closed their ICO, so they raised 1 at 100 through Coinbase, Sonar, Echo, or whatever, that mumbo jumbo. They're like entities ICO. You can see that they've been added to like the Coinbase listing pipeline and blah blah. I mean, like obviously I cannot state the exact date, but stay tuned. So I think it's going to be pretty interesting. I think the reception to the ICO was kind of mixed at first, but I think like people like eventually was like, yeah, I mean like they raised only 1 at 100. They're not trying to over raise. That's the same round as their last one. Like it's all unlocked on day one, so it's not in comparison to other projects nowhere near as delusional.
It's not max extraction. It's not max extraction.
Yeah, so
nice.
We'll see how it goes there. But there really isn't nothing else on the news cycle. Are you busy with like Web3 week?
Well, when is it? I don't even know actually.
I think it's going on right now or something.
Is it?
Wait. I might be wrong because like folks are asking me if I'm going. Oh no, it's on the 20th. Yeah.
By the way, it's Fluent going on Mainnet before token or token after Mainnet or parallel, or is that something you can't share?
Yeah.
Okay, cool, bro. Cool.
Cool.
That's about all on my side.
Yeah, same here. All right, man. Okay. Let's, for our audience, hold us accountable. Let's be TBPN, okay? So we can get a card for 20 million.
Okay, let's fucking go, bro. And I'll give you all an airdrop if we do get there.
We'll launch a token on top of it. I'm just kidding.
All right, bro.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.